Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. Now you might be wondering where I've been for a little while now. Follow me across any of my social media channels. I've not been overly active. The simple reason is it's been kind of half term. I've had a week off work. I've had a week chilling. It's been my birthday. I think for a couple of days I was in London. Then the next couple of previous days I've been in North Norfolk. So I've literally not had time to just sit down and do any videos or anything like that. But I have had a little bit of time as a result of getting some kind of vouchers for my birthday even, not Christmas yet, to manage to actually get down and do some book buying. Now I've only bought 2 books so far, but I have been sent a couple more. So what I thought I'd do in this video is do a little haul, talk about the books, talk about which ones I purchased, why I purchased them, and then maybe we can look into what's been going on with my social, what's going to be happening in the future, what the plan is, and the plan is to get back on. So it's kind of almost vloggy, I guess. I may even take the phone off the tripod so I can talk to you for a bit. Okay, so let's talk about some of the books that I've received recently or bought recently. I'm in the stage at the moment where I've been saying to people on social media, I've been saying to publishers this sort of thing, I don't want to be receiving review copies for books because I'm just so far behind on nearly every kind of review request I've had, and I feel bad. So I don't want to be saying to people, yes, send me them. It may not be for months, and then it generally isn't for absolutely ages, because I'm hitting that point at the moment where I've got this tight kind of fine line between I want to continue enjoying reading, therefore I want to pick up what I want to pick up all the time. And I'm not saying any of the review books I'm receiving are bad. I'm simply saying when I'm going to read, I want to pick up a book I'm really excited to read, not pick up a book I'm reading because I've been told to read it, have no idea about it, have no idea if I'm going to be interested in it, etc. So that's where I'm at reviewing, but I have received a couple recently, one of which is Myrde 3rd volume. So I don't know what this is called. This is Even More Killer Puzzles. I don't know if it's going to focus on me, if that's going to focus on there. There we go. So Even More Killer Puzzles. So this is the 3rd book in the Myrde, I don't know, volume selection. So if you don't know Myrde by now, essentially what you get is, it's going to focus on this one, yeah. So essentially what you get is you get some clues, you get some characters, you get some weapons, you get some places, and then as I said, I've probably mentioned in the wrong order, but you get clues and evidence, and you use the clues and evidence to fill out these little grids. Let me see if I can get that grid in focus, get my face out of the way, that helps. There we go, these grids. And essentially what you then do is, with the clues, you say, okay, this person had this weapon, tick. That means this person and this person didn't have that weapon. This means this person was here, all of those sort of things. So that's what Myrde is. Along the same theme though, what's quite clever about it is you've got kind of like a mini story for each murder. There are a lot of murders. It's inconceivable that this one detective has to solve like 60 murders. But the other element of it is there is an overarching story. So when you solve each murder, there's then a tiny little bit of plots that it gives you at the end to say, kind of tells you who is the killer, so you know if you're right. You know if you're right. Then what you get is, at the end, a little bit of plots to kind of fill in more. Some of them are just generic kind of entries, but a lot of them do add on to a bigger overarching story, which is really, really interesting. Now, they do get quite hard. I've started book 1, I'm about halfway through book 1, and I started some of book 2 as well. I really struggle towards the latter half. There's an element of me where I kind of want to just cheat so I can get to the story, so I can continue on, so I can maybe pick up where I'm going wrong, why I'm going wrong, all that sort of stuff. But I think in general, it's not going too badly. So that's Myrde. That's the first book I received. That's from Souvenir Press. So a big thank you to them for sending me this. Really, really exciting. I love these sort of books. It's perfect when you're going on holiday, when you're going on a short break, if you go on public transport, quite a lot. Or if you do like to generally test your brain, because a lot of it is kind of storing information that you've realised elsewhere, saying, okay, so this means that this person couldn't have done that. Kind of, it's Sudoku-esque in that element. The next book is See Change by J.M. Simpson. Now, if you've watched any of my videos over the past couple of weeks or so, you'll have seen I read See State by J.M. Simpson, which was the first book in the series. Rated it very highly. It was my March follower book pick of March. Really, really impressed by it. Really, really liked it. And this is the second book. So Joe, who is J.M. Simpson, emailed me or DM'd me even saying, I saw you enjoyed the first one, would you like a copy of the second one? So I said yes. Absolutely would. So really, really excited to read this one. Have absolutely no idea where this one goes, but apparently there's new characters involved. So we've got Jesse Stevens is still in it from the first book. You've got Foxy, who is a new character who Joe did send me a couple of little notes on here just saying thank you for the support. And then in the front of the book it says, Dear Luke, meet Foxy, hope you enjoy Joe. So apparently Foxy's an interesting character that we're going to get to know It'll be interesting to know what he brings to the story, whether he's as good as Jesse and Doug were as a pairing, I don't know, but I'm really interested to see what goes on in this second book. Don't know when I'm going to get around to it, because I said at the moment I'm trying to focus on stuff that I want to read. I'm not saying I don't want to read this, but I may want to pick up a different genre or something like that, so I'll be focusing on that. But yeah, that's See Change by James Sims. Then these next two books are the books that I picked up as a result of some friends buying me some vouchers. So not only did they buy me vouchers for Wardstones, but another bought me book vouchers for the National Book Token. So I'm kind of previewing them here, so you may have seen that. But the first book was the book that wouldn't burn by Mark Lawrence. Now, Mark Lawrence is an author, I'm going to try and get that in focus, is an author that I have heard of, I follow on social media, but I've not yet read any of his books. It seems quite cool, seems quite interesting, but other than that, I've not read any of his books, and that's a big shame. I hear a lot of positive things, not only about Mark Lawrence in general, but especially this book. The reason I picked this one up specifically, there's kind of multiple reasons. The first one is I was looking in the buy one get one half price. I seem to have this problem where, because I'm so used to buying books from Amazon and charity shops and things like this, at prices like where you get, I don't know, books for £5, £6, the idea of spending 20 quid on 2 books seems obscene to me. So I'm in the buy one get one half price. And then my partner picked it up and she said, that sounds right up your street. So I thought, okay, I'll give this a try. So that's The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence, the first of 2 books I've purchased so far with my vouchers. But I'm gonna, if you hang around to the end of the video, I'm gonna ask you to help me pick what I should read next. And then the other book was The Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. Now, Brandon Sanderson, as we all know, is one of my favorite authors of all time. He's a fancy reader, a fancy writer. He does also do sci-fi and some other lower fancy and lower sci-fi stuff. Now, in all honesty, I have no idea what The Tress of the Emerald Sea is about. I didn't really read the blurb. I had 2 bases of why I've bought this book. 1, beautiful cover. Actually 3. 2, a lot of people have said it's fantastic, really, really interesting. And 3, it's Brandon Sanderson. And so far, Brandon Sanderson has not missed with me. Everything I've read by Brandon Sanderson has been utterly, utterly brilliant. So that's why I picked up The Tress of the Emerald Sea here. So what it says on the back is, the only life Tress has known on her island home in an emerald green ocean has been a simple one, with the simple pleasures of collecting cups brought by sailors from faraway lands and listening to sorrows told by her friend Charlie. But when his father takes him on a voyage to find a bride and disaster strikes, Tress must stow away on a ship and seek the source of the deadly midnight sea. Amid the spore oceans where pirates abound, can Tress leave her simple life behind and make her own place sailing a sea where a single drop of water can mean instant death. So really, really interesting. Brandon Sanderson has some fantastic way of writing. I don't know what his secret is, but he manages to write books that not only got really, really interesting characters, but they've got fascinating, deeper, higher, kind of ethereal, almost plot lines. Really, really interesting. So I'm really, really excited to read that. So that's the second book that I bought from Waterstones when I was in there a couple of weeks ago. So what I thought I would do next is, my room has changed a bit. So I have a man cave, which was previously a man cave. Over the years, it has become a lot more than that. It's become essentially a mini kind of book library area. One of my birthday presents, if you didn't know, if you don't follow me on social and I hadn't mentioned it 100 times, I turned 30 recently, can you tell? Looking old. But I turned 30, and as a kind of really early birthday present, because that wasn't till yesterday my birthday, and this was a week prior to that, my partner surprised me when I came home from work one day and it completely transformed my room. Now I'm going to put a little video here whilst I speak of the transformation that happened. I am very, very lucky to have had that happen. She was really, really, really kind to do that. She's gone out and bought me an additional shelf and essentially has painted the walls. She's brought some decorations. She put some lights up. She's bought this incredible neon sign, which is utterly fantastic. I don't know if I can tap my phone to focus on that. There you go. So this neon sign here, which was utterly brilliant. And then one of my friends as well also stitched this for me, which, let me see if I can tap on this to get this to focus as well, is a really, really lovely, you can see it's even got my name on it in the middle of there. Really, really lovely thing for them to do. And it really, really has built out a room that I'm really, really proud to kind of be in. I'm proud to be doing videos in. I wasn't not before, but even better now. And it's also given me additional book space. So that's a bad thing. Also what it's done is it's just highlighted how many books I have on my TBR, and this was the point I got to when I kind of filtered these out, that I thought, okay, I need to actually seriously stop accepting books, stop buying books for a bit and go ahead and start reading some of these. Now, it has also given me a chance to kind of look at the books that I've bought and have not read for like a year, 2 years and think, okay, I'm definitely not going to read them now, am I then? Some of them are on there simply because my partner read the books, and so she was like, they're quite good, give them a read. And so we've had conversations recently where she said, yeah, but they're good for me, they may not be good for you. May get rid of some of them. Some of them are on there because I think I bought them at a charity shop at the time because they were super cheap. Not that interested anymore. So maybe a book that I have to get rid of as well. But generally, it's such a nice environment to be in here as well now. It really, really is. As I said, the whole kind of theme of the room has improved. And there have been a couple of things that, as I said, I've got as well from other people. I'm going to show you one of them now. It's quite intimidating. It might glare a lot on the Ring camera, so on the Ring light. So let me get it for you. This. Somebody made me this for my 30th birthday. Now, I don't know if it's a compliment. I don't know if I really understand why there's so much of me on here. Is it intimidating? Yes. Have I realised I pull the exact same face in like all of my Instagram photos now? Apparently so, but that's absolutely fine. But this was another thing that somebody bought me as well, which is currently sat on my windowsill. I don't know if it's going to go off on my shelves somewhere. I don't know, but it's a massive collage of me with a lot of different books, as you can see. Trying to not get the ring light in there, but some good books on there, to be fair. So it's a good choice of them to choose those books specifically. So yeah, so finally what I wanted to talk about is where I've been, what I'm doing, what the plan is, how I'm going to get back to regular content, that sort of thing. So I don't know, you watching me, where you follow me on social media. If YouTube's the only place you follow me, you may not have noticed much difference because I only do upload 1, maybe 2 at max videos a week to YouTube anyway. So you may have just thought, oh, he's just had a week off, and that's not that irregular. However, if you do follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere like that, you may have thought content's shot down quite a lot, specifically TikTok, because I've not had time to do anything for TikTok. The simple reason, as I said at the start of the video, is I've been busy. I've been having a birthday, I've been in London, I've been shopping, I've been drinking, I've been eating, I've been being in the moment with my friends and my family. I'm out again tomorrow. I'm taking this kind of gap here. My partner's gone out this evening. I'm taking this kind of gap here just to have as an opportunity to go ahead and record some stuff, to get some content ready for the coming week. The plan is to get back to normal. I will hopefully, as my routine go back to normal, I would hopefully start live streaming over on TikTok every Monday and Thursday after work as well. So those are around 5 p.m. till about 6 p.m. GMT. So if you have TikTok, I'm over there on live streaming at those times. I will be posting TikTok once, twice a day, depending on how much content I've got, 3 times if I can find anything interesting. I love receiving questions on platforms. So if you have questions, that makes things easier because I can make content about those questions. So if you have questions, I can do those. Generally, yeah, I'm going to start posting more regularly. And the other thing is, because I've been so busy, you'd think I've been to 3 hotels in the past week, and you'd think I'd be reading all the time, but such early mornings on pretty much every hotel we went to, or a late night, meant that I wasn't reading. I didn't have spare time to kind of sit down and read. And there's also an element of me that I think people may misunderstand, where reading for me isn't something I sit down and do to relax. I don't read to relax. I read because I enjoy reading. It's kind of like playing football. I'd never play football to relax. I play video games to relax, I watch TV to relax, I scroll through TikTok to relax. They're the things I do to not think. When I'm reading, I'm having to think. So if I was going somewhere to relax, I don't know if taking a book is something I would do. Now, if I was going away to just sunbathe or to just sit by the pool or something, maybe I would take a book then. But the idea was I was going away to shop and to eat and to watch theatre. Therefore, I didn't take a book to fill in that kind of gap. And some people may say, well, you're not a proper book person, but realistically, I am. I still read 60 books a year. It also meant I had little time for audiobooks, which is, as you probably will understand, a massive part of how I get through books. People think, oh, he's got a massive library of physical books. Yes, I do read physical books. I've always got a physical book somewhere that I'm reading, but majority of my time is taken up by audiobooks. So when people send me physical books, I take a lot of time to read them because I don't have a lot of time to just sit where I'm not also with my partner. Therefore, I want to watch telly with her, or I don't know, I want to hang out with her and talk to her, or go out with her or something like that, or with friends or with family where I want to do that again. I rarely have time where I'm not doing any of that, and I'll prioritise just reading and sitting and reading. And if I do have that kind of time, sometimes I just scroll through TikTok because that's what's easier and that's what switches my brain off. Anyway, rant over. So, halfway through the video, I talked about how I recently went and bought a couple of books from Waterstones. Now, these books are 2 books that I will be picking up soon, I hope anyway. I'm going to do another video over on my smaller social media channels, Instagram, TikTok, about what I'm reading at the moment, a couple of other thank yous that I've received recently, and what I plan on reading over the coming month as well. However, I still have £25 worth of book vouchers left. So I need your help. So if you're in America, that's what, probably about $30, $35. I need your help in deciding what I should read next. So this is your opportunity. One book. Comment down below one book you think I should definitely go out and buy with these vouchers. It can be a fancy book that you think, yeah, spend a bit more money on it. It can be an indie published book that maybe you think, well, he may not have that yet because it's 15 quid to buy the book or something like this. That may be an option. But if it may just be your favourite book of all time, recommend that as well. I don't have a specific genre. I think romance is something I would try and avoid, but if you know there's good romance, I've read David Nichols, I've read Fyodor Dostoevsky. I don't like romantasy because it's not romance, it's just fey, smut, porn, so I'm not into that. But anything else, please recommend. I would be willing to listen to everything, and I'm going to have a look over the next couple of weeks at some point in my local city to find something. So if that's for you, do let me know. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Bye.